Hey guys, so today I have a very special treat from my friend Lisa up in Canada. She sent me this absolutely beautiful box that she decorated. So she added all these cute little Sailor Moon stickers. Isn't that awesome? It's a nice thick box too. I'm going to use this to store stuff. But she also let me know that she was sending along something very special. So let's see what we got here. Oh, even the inside is cute. Look at that. So first, you can probably tell there's a doll here, right? Okay, well first, let's look at the most important thing. And that is the card that she sent. I love Christmas cards. To all of you, wishing all of you holiday cheer as you celebrate together this lovely time of year. Isn't that nice? I don't know if you can see it too well in the camera, but it's rainbowy and very glittery. Oh, I love it. Hoping that each one of you will have an enjoyable Christmas celebration and that the happiness you experience will last throughout the new year. Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I love it. I actually do save all of the holiday and birthday cards that I get each year. I decorate my whole home with them, and then I also have like a couple of special boxes for them. And this is definitely going to be displayed. That is so cool. Well, Lisa found something absolutely amazing. This was on my wish list for a little while. You might have seen it on my Codename Sailor Earth Facebook page. And I had never seen this on eBay ever. So I really didn't know what the odds were for me actually seeing this in person. But she found her. This is the Irwin version of the smaller Queen Beryl doll. Now you probably are wondering how come I didn't say 6-inch, because usually this box is meant for the 6-inch dolls, right? Well, I think she's actually a little bit taller. And here's why I think that. So let's put her here. And I can't believe how lucky I am. Ta-da! This is the BanDai Queen Beryl doll. And as you can see, this one here is definitely 6 inches because she corresponds with the Sailor Moon dolls that are 6 inches. This one is taller. Maybe 7 inches? Check this out. So let's take a look at some of the differences. So the BanDai Queen Beryl doll has a necklace, bright green earrings, and her own tiara with a bright green painted gem. Whereas the Irwin version well, this is ahead of her time. She kind of matches Sailor Moon Crystal a little bit. Because, like, in Crystal, Queen Beryl has a lot of gray in her outfit. So that's kind of more of a gray gem in her tiara. She also has green earrings, but they're smaller. Dare I say, a little darker. Her hair is a bright Little Mermaid deep red. Now, BanDai Queen Beryl dolls started with reddish hair, but over time, these dolls oxidize. So when I first got this one, her hair was almost this shade of red, but now, as you can see, it's kind of a little bit more orangey. It looks like there might be a slight difference in the staff. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Yeah, this one does not have a necklace. Her armband is way different. Check that out. Again, she's right on time for Sailor Moon Crystal, whereas this one has a green gem on her armband. Look at her hands. Look at these hands. They're like, big and very angry looking. This one only has like one hand kind of like that, but it's just bent a little bit. And then she's got like almost a normal hand on the other arm so she can hold her staff. And then here's another difference. The BanDai doll never came with a stand. BanDai North America Sailor Moon dolls did not have stands. But Irwin dolls off and on did, and this one definitely does. Even the boxes are a little bit different. Like, it's kind of the same sort of pattern, but the moons here are smaller and the pink is much more sugary pink, whereas this is like a flatter pink and the moons are way bigger. So let's take a look at the sides. Yeah, BanDai only did one side in English, but the Irwin box is in English and in French. From what I understand, these dolls are more common in Canada than they were here in America. I'm still trying to figure this one out, but that's kind of what I could find. So let's see. Serena and her friends may seem like just average schoolgirls, but each one possesses special powers from her home planet that allow her to transform into a superhero. These adventurous girls have been chosen to work together to save the world from evil Queen Beryl and her henchmen. Can Sailor Moon and her friends prevent Queen Beryl from ruling the world? And it's pretty much the same story in both boxes. Let's see what the bottoms look like. Oh, the bottoms are way different. Check it out. The BanDai box is just the Sailor Moon logo. The Irwin box has like, wow, let's bring this up. Yeah, it's got like directions on how to remove the doll from the box. Well, that's helpful. I wish there were more Barbie dolls that had like those kind of instructions, because I've had a lot of Barbie and Sailor Moon dolls that did not have these instructions. Copyright 1995. Yeah, that was the other thing I heard too, was that Irwin and BanDai both released their dolls in the same year. BanDai came first, and then they just kind of handed everything over to Irwin, and Irwin re-released what BanDai had already made, and then they started producing their own dolls. So Queen Beryl would have been one of the first that was just uniquely theirs, maybe along with the bent arm dolls, which I still have to do a video on. You guys are owed that. Let's look at the back of the boxes. So they use the same prototype images for the prototype Sailor Moon dolls. And let's see, is there anything different with the story? Join Sailor Moon and her loyal friends as they use their special powers to save the world from evil Queen Beryl. Each doll has a posable body, removable outfit, and beautiful hair you can style. Includes a miniature cosmic crescent wand that looks just like the ones our superheroes use. Collect all your favorite characters. She doesn't have a crescent wand, but nice try. But here, Sailor Moon, loyal friends, evil Queen Beryl, posable body, removable outfit, miniature cosmic crescent wand that looks just like the ones our superheroes use. Okay, well for real, like, Sailor Moon's the only one that uses the crescent wand. The other girls don't use that, except for that one episode where Mars held it for a minute, but she didn't really use it. And that's Chibiosa's wand in the girl's hand. That's not the crescent moon wand. Or moonstick for those of you following the uncensored version. Now, here's another thing that is pretty cool. Oh, I like that. Actual product may vary from the prototypes shown in the package. No shit, Sherlock. Remove and discard wire ties and other packaging before giving this toy to children. So it does have instructions there too. Now here's something I really wish they had kept up with. Because they only did this for the first wave of BanDai and Irwin dolls, and then they quit doing this. Was they had these cutout trading cards on the backs of the boxes. This, I think, was like the best part about these boxes. And like, they used to encourage you, like, you know, collect and trade with your friends. And I'm like, I'm not trading with anybody. I'm keeping them forever. Ha ha ha. So let's see. Queen Beryl, age 20-something. Yeah, that's a word. Birthday, November 1st. Wow, that doesn't really come up much, does it? Likes anarchy, bedlam, and chaos. Dislikes Sailor Moon and the Sailor Scouts. Hobbies, snooping, spying, and sabotage. Special strengths, ability to control henchmen. Favorite food, liver. This never comes up in any form of the TV show or the manga. Favorite color, black. Well, she wears some black accessories. We'll buy it. Favorite animal, scorpion. Oh, because she's a Scorpio, because her birthday's November 1st. LOL. Favorite topic of conversation, world domination. Also likes long walks on the beach. Let's see her Irwin trading card. Queen Beryl, 20-something, November 1st. Snooping, spying, and sabotage. Liver, scorpion. And then they cut off like some of the other juicy details because they have to repeat this in French. So she's into snooping and spying and sabotage. Oh my. So there they are, two very different Queen Beryl dolls. And you might be wondering, how do they look side by side out of the box? Well, I actually have an extra Queen Beryl from BanDai out of the box. Just want to point this out too. You've got to be very careful with these dolls because this type of fabric like flakes like crazy if you're not too careful. I thought I was being careful with her. I guess I could have done a much better job because a lot of it has flaked off. Like, these dresses do get a little bit, I don't want to say brittle, but the fabric is something you gotta be careful with. Now here's something cool. Her shoes come off. Yeah, check that out. Her shoes come off. All the other Sailor Moon dolls, except for one of the Princess Serenity dolls, or excuse me, Princess Serena dolls, their shoes are usually permanently molded to their feet, but Queen Beryl and one of the Serenity dolls can actually take off their shoes. Isn't that cool? Okay, so now we're going to see this one out of the box and see how she stacks up. So just out of curiosity, I thought, how much different is an Irwin box from a BanDai box when you get them open? So this is the Irwin box. It's gray on the other side. There's extra twisty ties and this little plastic doohickey here and extra tape. And both dolls are sewn in, so that's going to take quite a bit of work. The BanDai doll, though, just has two twisty ties and a little sew-in like Barbie, and then that's kind of it. So then turning them around, this is what we get. And this is how they look. Now this one I'm going to put back in her box because I already have this one primed and ready. How you doing there? But I thought you might like to see even more differences here. So yeah, you can see like this is ruby red. And then this is more like a orangey red. Fun fact, if you guys want to keep the red in your doll's hair the longest, keep them away from sunlight. Sunlight is a trigger. A lot of red-haired dolls, after a while, the hair color oxidizes. I've only seen it with red-haired dolls that do this, where it turns like orange. The longer you keep them out of the sun, the longer their hair stays red. So I'm definitely keeping this one away from sunlight. So if I display her, she's going to be in a darker area, which is fitting to her character anyway, but it's also going to keep her safe. It's sort of like how Chibiusa dolls, specifically the Sailor Mini Moon dolls from Irwin, their hair turns from pink to white after a while, and so did the Wicked Lady dolls. But that's a story for another video. So, like, there's all the detail work that Irwin put into that wand there to make it snake-like. It's kind of a snake head on the end, if you really squeeze your eyes and look. And then this is the BanDai version. And this is pretty cool too, because the US market, we got a whole lot more villains than any other market that had Sailor Moon dolls. For some reason, in Japan, when they had the fashion dolls come out, the only villains that I'm aware of that got dolls were the Amazonas Quartet. Germany got a Queen Beryl doll, and then America and Canada got different versions of Queen Beryl in 6 inches, 7 inches, and 11.5 inches. So, like, this is cool because we were really the first market to get these villain dolls. So I know some of you cringe anytime I decard a doll or just take them out of the box. Because, like, you're like, no, NRFB. Well, here's an example of why I forgive myself for doing this. Do you see how orange this is? Let me explain what happens. Packaging plastic, like what you see on Barbie dolls and action figures and blister packs, they're usually a thinner form of plastic, very highly carcinogenic, I'm going to throw in. And they're meant to be temporary. They're only meant to last for the duration of the toy's lifespan on a store shelf. The idea when they produce toys of any kind is that they put them in the cheapest plastic possible. They put them on store shelves, and then the hope is you're going to buy the toy, take it home, take it out of the packaging, and play, display them, goof off, have fun with it. These aren't meant to last forever and ever. Now, collectors usually love seeing these things last forever and ever. They want to see a doll in a box for like 30, 40, 50 years because they watch Antiques Roadshow and they want to be like the dude who had a Barbie in his attic and made like $1 million off of that Barbie. Well, here's the problem. This plastic, because it's so cheap, it degrades over time. In about 20 years, this goes from being clear or white to being yellow and then this sickly bile orange color. And like you can see it's disintegrating because like the wire that was supposed to be inside of this thing is popping out because this plastic is no good anymore. And you don't want to get cut with it because, again, it's carcinogenic. Same goes for these ties. A lot of Barbie dolls and some Sailor Moon dolls have these things in their hair. They're sewn to the doll's head, and then these are taped and sewn to the box so that you are deterred from theft. Nobody reaches in and steals the doll because that used to be a giant problem. So this deters that because in the time it takes you to get one of these apart, somebody has already done the right thing, they've caught you, and they've called the police. Well, the problem is, too, these are also made of a horrible carcinogenic cheap plastic. Now, because these degrade over time, what ends up happening is a situation we almost had with Beryl. I was able to save her just in the nick of time, but what happened was when I pulled this out of her hair, it actually took some strands with it. Not because this is sewn to the doll's hair and you expect that, but part of her hair, like you can kind of see it, it was starting to melt to the plastic. That's the problem, and I've seen this at flea markets and thrift stores where stuff that was never decarded is still in its package, and then like the package is this sick yellow color, and you try to get the toy out of the package and it's too late. The package has melted to the toy. So you either have to cut the toy, cutting that plastic off, which is going to damage the toy, or you're going to have to cut your losses and go find another one. So this is why I've been slowly but surely decarding a lot of my Sailor Moon dolls, because whether we're talking the Japanese dolls or the American dolls, they both used this packaging that was supposed to be temporary. But luckily, no lasting damage to Beryl, so she is okay. So before we get her on her stand, let's take a look. Now you remember how this one over here, I was able to pop her shoes off? This one, nope. Irwin did not want to make little tiny shoes for Beryl, so they made her feet a little bit bigger, and they molded the shoes permanently to her feet. There they are, and there they'll stay. So now she's like the regular Sailor Moon dolls. And then let's get her together with her sis here. Okay, so now you can see the detail on the armbands way better. Oh, this is different. I didn't catch this. So the BanDai Queen Beryl has gold horns on her shoulders, and this one's got like silvery white horns. Again, matching Sailor Moon crystal with all the silver and such there. That's pretty neat. Let's see if we can get... On the back it says copyright 1995, toy Irwin China. And then for BanDai dolls, they usually... Let me get her hair up here. There we go. They usually put their copyright in brownish ink, which now matches her hair because it's oxidized. 1995. Toy A, Toy America. So now I'm going to get her on her stand, and I'm going to give her her staff. Yep, just as I thought. Not only is the Irwin doll taller, but so is her staff. And now we can see the details that were put in. The shorter staff is from BanDai, and the taller staff is from Irwin. And you know, when you see it like this, it kind of almost looks like a crescent moon. So you can kind of say it's a crescent moon wand of sorts. It's not the crescent moon wand, but it's a staff in a black moon shape, which kind of teases the Black Moon family in Sailor Moon R, but that is actually not related to the Dark Kingdom that Queen Beryl is from. Although in the Deke dub, they tried to link it. In the Deke dub, the Dark Kingdom and Alan and Anne and their tree and the Black Moon family, they were all part of the Negaverse and the Negaforce. So they tried really hard to make it seem like they were all friends. If you read the manga, though, Beryl was already dead by the time the other villains pop up. And of course, Alan and Anne aren't in the manga anyway. But what does link them is that Wise Man is considered one of the children of Chaos, along with Metalia. And we meet Chaos at the end of Sailor Stars. So, neat little tie-in there. They're not related, but loosely connected, so take that as you will. And before we go any further, some people have told me that there's another difference in their bodies. Like we've seen, like here's the BanDai doll, her smaller hands. Like, see, she tried to be monstrous on this hand, but it's more like, grr. Like, we can kind of see it. And then on the Irwin side of things, like, they really went for that monstrous intent. Like, you can feel the opening to the anime just in looking at her hands. And I noticed, too, like, she's got a regular plain bracelet, and she's got, like, a little gem on hers. I just now caught that. But someone on a message board a long time ago tried to say that there was another body difference. So let's see if we can spot what they were talking about. Holy moly! Yeah, these are two entirely different dolls. Look at this! So the Irwin release has wider hips, longer legs, of course, slightly larger thighs, not very much, but a smaller bust. And then the BanDai release, her body is identical, for the most part, to the body they gave to Sailor Moon. Just, they gave her these monster arms. And then, of course, you know, her own, well, they're sort of toeless feet. I mean, check this out. BanDai dolls that can take their shoes off, including the 11.5-inch ones, they don't have toes. It's like a mannequin foot. It's kind of cute, though. And then, like, Irwin Queen Beryl's body is matte. Like, this is a matte plastic. And BanDai Queen Beryl is a super shiny plastic. That is way different. Yeah, this one's got bigger hips, and And she has a belly button. She has a belly button. Holy cow! I don't really have too many Sailor Moon dolls that have belly buttons, I don't think. I mean, I never really undress them. I think this might be the first one I have with a belly button. I might be wrong, but I don't remember seeing a belly button on my other dolls. And if she has a belly button, that implies at one point in the womb, she was inside somebody's womb and she had an umbilical cord. I wonder what Queen Beryl's parents were like. In any version of the story, in any situation, like, you know, Silver Millennium days, Reborn days, if you watch Sailor Moon Crystal. Wonder what her parents were like. I wonder if they ever noticed that she went missing. Like, she went skiing and then became Queen Beryl and just, you know, didn't write home or anything. Somebody write me a fanfic. There's another body difference between the two dolls that I didn't really explore, but we should totally take a look at, now that they're fully dressed, of course. So, okay, well, there's a body difference right there. Irwin Queen Beryl doesn't really hold her staff, so you kind of have to, like, lay it into her hand. BanDai Queen Beryl kind of holds her staff pretty well. You just gotta, like, snap it in, but as long as you're not too crazy with it, it's not gonna, like, fly out or anything. And then Irwin can turn her head side to side. And she can move her arms up and down. And that's pretty much it. And then, of course, she can sit. That kind of makes her tatas pop out. BanDai Queen Beryl, though, her arms go wherever the hell she wants, as does her head. She can turn into any position she wants. And now that we can see them up close, they both have these sort of elf-like ears, which I thought were pretty neat because my other Sailor Moon dolls don't have that feature, obviously. So it's pretty neat to see that. There's something kind of elegant, really, with Queen Beryl. Like, she's a villain, and she, you know, goes after Sailor Moon for the most frivolous of reasons. You know, she basically wanted to be with Endymion and was stalking him, and he did not know who the hell she was. But at the same time, like, there's something, this is gonna sound odd, charming about her. Like, this is actually one of the villains I really do like. And I sometimes come back to her in some of my fan videos. You may have noticed I did like a What If She Went on Vacation miniseries during the pandemic. But I don't know, there's like an elegant charm to Queen Beryl. I feel so fortunate having these dolls. I really do. Especially considering how impossible it can be to find anything Queen Beryl related. Like, I don't just really think of her in my head as like the premier big villain in Sailor Moon when it first started, but like, I don't know, I see her face. I remember the excitement of seeing Sailor Moon for the first time when I was 8. And I don't know, there's like an elegant charm to her. Like, there's almost like a humor about her too. Like, so much potential there. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I really do like Queen Beryl, and she was a good villain. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of my beautiful Queen Beryl dolls? And thank you so much, Lisa, for finding her, and thank you for the Christmas card. I really appreciate our friendship, and I appreciate that you went to the ends of the earth to find... Oh, hey, even their non-noses are different. Did you guys see that? That's cool, I didn't catch that earlier. But thank you for going to the ends of the earth to find her, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon.